I put up a video the other day, is the YGT a massive mistake? And I think a lot of people that cruised across it, they took the title on its face and they never watched the video. And actually the video was about whether or not this could work, because lots of things like this, not just in the golf YouTube creator space, but just in gaming and everywhere in YouTube, people try to do things like this. They try to be innovative and take a risk, and a lot of times they don't work. In the YGT, it's a huge risk. So today, I want to give you guys some feedback. I want to tell you what the community said on that video, and I want to talk about the drama. Yes, YGT has a little bit of internet invitational drama, even though it wasn't intentional, but I'm going to give you guys my take on that. Welcome to Jimmy Golfs. Thank you, everybody, for helping us hit 300 subscribers on the channel. We're on our way to 1,000. I really appreciate the comments. I read every single comment, and I try to respond to as many as I can. We're building a little community over here, and I absolutely love it, especially around my passion of golf, which I'm seeing is a lot of your passions as well. So, last video, we talked about the YGT. Was it a good idea? Was it too risky? Would it work? What is it trying to do? Is it trying to go up against the PGA Tour, LIV, the Internet Invitational, or is it trying to create its own lane? I think the obvious answer is it's trying to create its own lane. And I think the more obvious answer is, so far, it is succeeding in a huge way. Episode 1 has 4.4 million views. Episode 2 already has over 2 million views. And these are long episodes. And one of the questions we talked about on the first video was, are these too long? Are people going to be able to stay with this? And is it going to keep their attention? Because there was some feedback, some criticism on that first episode. I read the comments and on X that said after about the 40-minute mark, it got boring and it wasn't exciting and they didn't like the formats and there just wasn't anything keeping them to them, which that opened up the debate about the Internet Invitational and why people gravitate to it for the spectacle, the drama, the storylines. So then they were being compared side to side. I think it's safe to say now that we have 2 full episodes out. Both of them have had a chance to get out into the wild. The comments on episode 2 are largely in favor of these formats and the length of these videos. These videos are 4 and 5 hours long. In every comment I saw, this is great. This is the kind of golf entertainment I want. I put this in the background and I watch it. This is the perfect length. Make them longer. People are absolutely loving the way they're doing it. So, the question is, can they ride that momentum? Can they keep that going? Another thing we talked about in the first video was everything's cool in the honeymoon phase. I mean, when you're marketing and you're building something up and you're talking about it for months, of course, the first piece of content that comes out is going to kind of overperform, usually, right? But then after the second piece and the third piece, you kind of get that baseline of, are people connecting with this? Are they interested in this? Because video number 1, episode number 1 always usually does the most. But if you get episode number 2 or 3 and they eclipse episode 1, you've got some special sauce there. You've got something that truly could have some longevity, some wheels, some legs, and people are actually connecting to it on a longer level. Because that's what Grant, the Bryan Bros, Dalkey, that's what they want out of this. They don't want a one and done $1 million at the Win in Las Vegas. They want this to establish a baseline where they can grow the YGT. Will the YGT look like it did this year right now? No, things evolve. They listen to feedback. They tailor to what works. So next year or the year after, if it's still around, it could look different. It could be more refined. That's the whole point of this, if you can make it work. But you have to see if the roots actually take. Well, we're done with episode 2. And the roots seem to be have shifted completely over to the positive, which is awesome. Awesome to see creator golf creating a tour and where that could go. Now, the big thing that just popped up was Grant over on X, and he put out a post talking about the Michael Block drama, if you could call it drama. And I have a unique take on this, so I'm going to read it to you. After reflecting on the Michael Block situation at the end of part 2, myself and the team at YGT want to apologize. Our intention was to show the raw emotion of what the YGT means, how badly the participants want to perform well. Michael Block showed great leadership and brought a ton of team positivity, and we feel like that was highlighted throughout the entire video. Unfortunately, we made a mistake by leaving the last segment in the video. For that, we apologize to Michael and anyone who did not find the clip tasteful or necessary. We do not want to garnish attention through drama and controversy, but through high-quality golf. We're thankful for everyone's commitment, participation on the YGT, and they deserve to be portrayed in a more positive light. Now, if you scroll down, the comments are mixed. It's a mixed bag. A lot of people are like, Grant Horvat apologized before Phil Mickelson. A lot of people are like, you're right, we don't want that kind of drama in here. We just want to watch the golf. And a lot of people are like, Michael Block should have apologized, blah, blah, blah. All kinds of opinions. And on the other side of that, people are like, why are you apologizing? It's the internet. It's part of it. You were trying to show passion. At least there's a pulse there, you know? It's not just monotonous robots going and swinging a club. There's some deepness to it. There's some layers. So there's a lot of different opinions on this. For me, so I'm going to tell you how I really feel, and then I'm going to tell you my tinfoil hat conspiracy, okay? How I really feel is it's not that big a deal. It's really not. The guy, he got upset. He was passionate. I promise you, those types of things and conversations and situations happen every single day in every single golf round. They happen all over the place. They just made a decision to leave it in there, trying to connect to people so they knew, hey, this isn't staged. This isn't some guys that we forced to show up or begged to show up. These guys are competing at the highest level they have, and they're really into this. So I feel like the intention was pure. I do. Do I feel like Grant needed to apologize? No. Do I feel like him addressing it immediately was probably the best way to go about it since he was going to apologize? Yes. Whenever you can get ahead of the internet, and that's impossible to do, but whenever you react accordingly and you face a situation, whether you're in the right, whether you're in the wrong, and you do it in a timely manner, I guess an expedited manner like he did, it's good. That's how you want to handle things. Going quiet, that may be the best way to lawyer sometimes in situations. Doesn't always work with the internet because the internet's going to create its own fuel and it's going to roll with that. It's going to snowball. It's going to get bigger. And then they don't have any actual clarity or details. So the internet just makes up whatever the internet wants to. And that's when things blow up. So the fact that Grant posted that, respect to him. And was it the right decision in the situation? If he chose it, he felt apologetic, then yes. I felt like it was a good post. I felt like it was honest, sincere, and what they're really trying to get out of this. So for me, I don't really see the big deal. I don't think this is drama at all. I'm okay with you putting clips like that in there. Show some life, show some spark, show some fire, show a little bit of controversy. That's okay. Even the PGA Tour has controversy at times. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to steer away from that, but you don't have to go down the loop or the road of being the Internet Invitational if that's not what you're trying to do. The Internet Invitational is trying to show you good golf, bad golf, storylines, drama, everything they can dump into one bucket. The YGT is trying to showcase high-level golf, especially high-level golf from people that are in the YouTube space. So they're two completely different things. So I don't really have an issue with that at all. Now, tinfoil hat-wise, when you're launching a new tour or a new product or a new brand or anything, you could always go and wrestle with the idea that any attention is good attention, right? Any exposure is good exposure. Any press is good press, even if it's not deemed as good press. So the tinfoil hat says, okay, we're going to put this in there because we know it'll spark a little debate. We're going to see how far they run with it, and then we'll apologize. Do I think that's what happened here? Absolutely not. But it's always fun to have the tinfoil hat on as well. And guess what it did? It got clicks and views, and people are talking about YGT episode 2. They're searching it up. They're trying to find this clip, and that's bringing more eyes and exposure to it. So even if they weren't trying to do it, it actually worked in their benefit. So let me know what you guys think. Are you sold on the YGT? And I'll see you soon.